Greetings ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another tutorial with Mr. P. In this video we're going to set up so that our camera will follow our player. There's a number of ways that you can do this, but we're going to do it the simplest way possible, where we're going to set it so that the camera targets our player and our player should stay towards the center of our screen, or we might even put it so he's down towards the bottom but still in the center of our screen. To that we need to select our main camera, and we're going to add our flow machine to it. Once you've got your flow machine, we're going to create a new flow machine. It'll be a macro, and I'm just going to call this my camera controller. So I'm not going to use the start event, but I am going to keep the update event. First thing I need to do is I'm going to create an object level variable. Now this variable I'm going to call player, and what I'm going to use this for is I'm going to use this to get our player game object and find its position. So the type is going to be a game object. Right? And for the value, I'm just going to select my player from my hierarchy and drag him onto the value. So its value should be player, or whatever you have named your player in your hierarchy. So now I've got this value, this variable, I'm going to get it. So add units and get player. And what I want to do is I want to get the position that the player is currently in. So I'm going to go transform. And I want to get its position. Alright, now the position is obviously going to give me a vector 3 because there is 3 levels in transform get position. So I'm going to create a vector 3. Right, with the X, Y, and Z. So now I want to get some of the information from this. I want to separate it out. I don't want all 3 levels, or it will be locked to the center of the screen. Now I want to move it down slightly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my Z to -10, so it always stays at -10. That'll be the position for our camera. I want to use a vector 3, and I want to get the X. Alright, so that will be its left right direction, and I'm just going to plug that straight in, so that'll keep the character in the center of our screen. And then I also want to use a vector 3, and I want to get Y. Alright, now I don't want to just plug the Y in, or the character will be stuck right in the center. So instead I'm going to subtract from my Y, and I'm going to subtract 2 from it and then plug that into my Y axis. Alright, so now that I've done that, what do I want to do with this information? Well, I want to set this information to the game object, so the camera's position. So I'm going to go transform, and I want to set position. Alright, and this is going to be a self because this will be attached to our camera. Alright, so we'll plug our update into our vector 3 and plug our vector 3 into our transform. So now if we press play, our camera should snap to this position, and it should follow our player game object. And now you can see it's really high up. So I'm going to move it down. So let's change this to a -2. Alright, now you can see that yes, he's still in the center of the screen, but he's down towards the bottom. Alright, alternatively, you could adjust this value further. You could set it to say -3 and have him further down towards the bottom. Alright, but it's up to you to get this position on the y-axis where you feel comfortable with it. I quite like it there at -3, so I'm going to leave it there. That's it for this video, ladies and gents. In the next video, we're going to set up our level complete for the collecting all of the coins and loading into the next level. See you there.